Hello, everybody. It is I, Cool, back again, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the Thomas's Tall Friend gift pack released in 2011. It is very rare that I get to find a near complete Thomas anything online for a good deal. And I guess that's still kind of true because this is an item I got from a trade with someone on Discord. I traded a couple spare cars items and some items I'd found in the stores in exchange for some really good Thomas Wooden Railway items. Kind of. It's not really good items per se. It's more so just characters I thought were interesting or characters I didn't, have in the Wooden Railway range that I really wanted to get. So, in this case, I only really got this for the fact that it was a complete set of Thomas, the giraffe car, and the orchard car. If I had been, looking for this online, I don't think I would have gotten it. Well, I wouldn't be looking for it online to begin with, but you know what I mean? Like, this is really only something I got for the sake of, hey, it's a complete Thomas item. And that's always really interesting. This is, of course, based on the episode Thomas's Tall Friend from, I believe, season 14 or season 15. It was one of the season premieres. I believe it was season 14, though. The episode consists of Thomas trying to transport a new giraffe to the Sodor Zoo, which was being established in the Nitrogen era of the show. And, Thomas is trying to take care of the giraffe on his own because he decides to not take the trainer who's actively trying to help the giraffe. This is definitely one of those episodes where, like, after watching, I was like, really? Really, Thomas? Like, he has no benefit to not taking the, animal caretaker, right? Because Thomas ends up just wasting hours waiting for the giraffe to lower its neck so he can get past a bridge. And the entire time, I'm just thinking, Thomas, why don't you just go back to the caretaker? He never does that, by the way. He is late for the giraffe, and he causes all of the apples to be eaten, hence why this is, included in the pack. Also, just to make it a 3-pack instead of a 2-pack, because I believe the giraffe wouldn't fit in the 2-pack blisters that Thomas Wooden Railway was doing at the time. So yeah, you can also tell that this pack was from 2011 because of this specific Thomas. Originally, I didn't want this Thomas, but I decided to, take it anyway because, well, one, it completes the pack, and two, it allows me to take a look at this specific era of Thomas Wooden Railway. For those who don't know, Thomas Wooden Railway was briefly taken over by Tomy. Let's see if it's anywhere on here. I don't think it is, unfortunately. But yeah, Tomy assisted in making some of the Thomas Wooden Railway items, giving them all these CGI makeovers, which are very hit or miss, as you can tell by this Thomas here. I'm going to start with Thomas, and I'll move on to these cars in a little bit. So I'm just going to have them shunted off to the side here. And let's take a look at this Thomas specifically. So again, this is the CGI Thomas that Takara Tomy was making at the time. He has very faded eyebrows. I don't know if that's just a case of this item being old or what, but yeah, and his face just looks really off. I think it's how far apart the eyes are. I think if his eyes were closer together, that this would look a lot more like CGI Thomas, but it doesn't really look like any Thomas character. It is very weird to look at. This is such a trippy item to own, but not in the, wow, this is such a rare and interesting item. No, just, this is such a weird item to begin with, so the fact that this is just in my hands now is crazy. I'm checking if it dropped anything. Oh no, I think we're good. And, beyond the face, it's just a standard Thomas. I have the Learning Curve Thomas out for comparison. Let me pull him out here. So see how Thomas is supposed to look? And then look at this. But yeah, I believe they have the exact same, like, detailing on the sides here. If I coupled them up together. Yeah, from the side, they look practically identical. Although this one, I think, has brighter decals overall. Definitely brighter yellow. But again, for the most part, they're the exact same, save for the face. So, again, I find that extremely interesting. I'm going to uncouple this Thomas and pull out the 2013 Thomas, the one I'm sure most people are familiar with. I had a clean version of it, but I sold it off. But yeah, this is my childhood 2015 Thomas, I believe, specifically. I believe 2013 had slightly smaller eyes. Yeah, so he's definitely a bit shorter. You can definitely tell that. Hold on. Getting stuck on the track here. Should really get regular switches. These ones are nice, but it's like a lot of effort to, constantly remember to switch them. Yeah, thicker lining. More accurate number 1, I think, but again, overall, pretty similar. Pretty standard fare for Thomas. All right, enough time for Thomas. Let's get on to the animal cars, which I will have shunted in a moment. Here we go. All right, let's look at the giraffe car. Now, this isn't technically a new item. The giraffe car was previously included with the circus train, which came with, I believe, a giraffe, a lion, a bear, I think. Just all kinds of animals. Just these classic green, sort of empty sort of cars like this, all plastic. But, this was our main sort of cargo car for a while. It was either this or the other kind of cargo cars. Really wish that these had, more full sort of, I guess what I'm saying is I wish we had more troublesome trucks, but this was sort of the main cargo truck we had at the time. Freight car, whatever you have it. Did I say zebra? Giraffe. Pretty nice. It's lying down. Got a cute little face. Turn it around. It actually has detailing on the other side. I really like that. And you can see here, yeah, 2010 Ghislaine Thomas. So, around season 14. It's a very well detailed little piece of wood. So yeah, it goes nicely in the cargo car like so. Here is the Apple car. This is actually not a new piece. This is a repaint from an item called Culdee and the Orchard cars, which came with a cherry picker, and then this, which was the exact same, but I believe was green instead of blue here. Yeah, so the apples come out like this. I don't think they're magnetic. I'll connect them to Thomas to be safe. Yeah, no, I don't think they're magnetic. So if you want to use them with like crankier... Okay, never mind. They're magnetic, but only on the bottom, it seems. So, yeah, it doesn't really... Here's the bottom. Okay, no. I thought this had the Tomy logo for sure, but no. So yeah, if your sights were set on using this with cranky, bad news, I don't think that's possible unless you have them upside down. I'm going to flip over both, and there you go. I am now going to have Thomas pull these across the little layout I have here. I decided to build a layout for my Thomas Wooden Railway reviews now, because I think that's important. Showing how the system works. I really hope I get more Wooden Railway stuff. I always love collecting more Wooden Railway. This is such a fun toy line. I'm also hoping to connect this to the more modern Thomas merchandise that's been slowly but steadily growing on the store shelves. I'm really excited for what's to come with all that. I'm thinking of getting perhaps definitely Oliver and Toad interests me, and definitely the Troublesome Trucks as well, because the fact that Troublesome Trucks are becoming more and more prevalent in Thomas merch is a really good sign. I'm hoping this means more emphasis on the rolling stock in general. I think Thomas is really hit or miss with its rolling stock. I think you can tell the quality of a range based on how well they treat the rolling stock. In some cases, they just don't have rolling stock at all. It's a shame. So yeah, this item rolls smoothly. Hope you've been enjoying the train noises. This is just a very interesting item. I think as a pack, this is pretty cool. You know, it's always nice having as seen in episode packs. I always love these sorts of things. And, you know, I will give it this. It's not a super gimmicky set, right? It's not Thomas with like a giant dragon on the back. I like a Chinese dragon because I know people are going to bring that up. But like, it's just Thomas carrying an animal with some apple cars. I believe Edward actually pulled the apple cars. That's pretty cool. So, yeah, it's just a nice set. Anyways, I hope you all enjoy the review, and I shall see you all around. Bye-bye!